Hello, and welcome to WOR PC Tier 3, and it is time for a brand new season, and it is season number 21. But before we get into anything, I'd love to welcome a new commentator alongside me, and also welcome everybody here. But first, hello Ryan, how are you doing?
Good, looking forward to it. First exposure to WOR, and yeah, I think it's going to be a blast.
That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear. So, on that note, let's have a look at the lovely calendar that we have going forward. As you can see, tonight is Australia. Before we go to Spain for round 2, we got an interesting Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps, United States next. Then we got Monaco. Now that is going to be a very exciting race. Then we have the lovely track of Azerbaijan. Very, very difficult. And we'll remember Charles Leclerc's crash there in 2019 forever. Also, we go to a lovely home Grand Prix for a few drivers in this tier at Great Britain. Then to Imola for round 8, or Emilia Romagna. Then Japan for round number 9. And Abu Dhabi to end off the season. But let's have a look at Australia and the track map. 5.278 kilometers, 3.279 miles, 14 turns, 3 DRS zones down. 4 DRS zones. Is it 3 or 4? This might be slightly wrong. It looked like there was 4. But I believe it's 3 now. So, 3 DRS zones along this track. Along the pit straight, second straight. And there. Or I might be wrong. It might be 3 or 4.
It is 4.
It is 4. There we go. I can't remember anything for the life of me anymore. I'm getting too old. I've done too much. So let's have a quick look at the placements. As you can see, a lovely fresh new grid, but some old names returning as well, like Thomas Lamlin, Boba. Also drivers like Gregory Percival. Also Rene Klein on top of that. So we've got a couple of names returning to the tier, which is lovely to see. And I believe we're about to get into it fully. But how are you feeling, Ryan, about this lovely start to a new season and a new game?
I mean, F1 25, definitely an improvement for the F1 games. So very good for the league racing community. Few names that I do recognise, not many. I am very new to the sort of the higher up end of league racing. Australia is always a great season opener, high speed, high action. Yeah, can't wait.
So as you can see, we are now out onto the track for the lovely season number 21. And as you can see, it's Australia. We got the first car coming out on track. Who is that on their way out onto the track? That is Boba, who's making his way out. He's on his way out to start our evening here. Interesting driver, Boba. He's had, in season 19, the last time we had tier 3, it was very interesting. I have to say, I believe Thomas Lammon's just brought up something in the chat. Who knows? But Boba, good driver, interesting driver. He's had a couple of good performances in the past. So we'll have to see. I'm quite excited to see, though. You know, new game, very different handling. But Boba's still proven in a race or two that I've seen him in. He's still proven to have a bit of pace. So he's definitely there. No, and it looks like we might just be having a lobby restarts.
Oh?
And that is because of the wrong time of weather.
Are you kidding? Oh,
yeah.
No.
So we've got a little bit more time to talk about some other things in tonight's race. I do apologise, everybody, for that very, very strange start to the evening. I've never had this before, if I'm being honest. Everybody's retiring. We're still waiting on just one driver to retire. Interesting start to season 21. we'll go to the we'll go back to the shall we? While we wait. It's
That's really awkward. That.
Yeah, everybody's just being a bit mean to one man, which I feel for him. But it's interesting. Still, we've got a lot of things to talk about still. Even after the very slight blunder to start the evening. Don't mind me laughing. I'm just seeing the chat, and it is going crazy. But yeah, so it is it's an interesting track, isn't it? Australia. It's got a good mix of corners. Turn 1 and turn 2, very high, sort of high speed corners. You've got to throw the car in. But you've got to be careful of the exit of turn 1, because if you go too wide, you'll of course get track limits, and you'll invalidate your lap, or you'll get a warning. Then, to also add on to that, then you head down towards turn 3, tight, slow right-hander, which of course was opened up a lot more back in 2021. And then you've got turn 4 and turn 5 that hit very quickly. So you've got slow speed, medium speed, and high speed all in one. Then you've got another high speed corner out into sector 2. Then the rest of sector 2 is just flat out. Sector 2 is probably the easiest sector on the entire track. It is flat out. But it's sector 3 that I find incredible because of just how difficult the sector is, especially with the hairpin in the second to last corner, and even the final corner, which catches quite a lot of drives out. So, for you, Ryan, what do you think is going to be the biggest struggle tonight here at Australia?
One corner for me that's always stuck out on this new revamped circuit is turn 6. I think we're going to see a lot of warnings there, obviously invalidations in qualifying, but as well just the high risk, high reward of that corner. We've seen twice in real life with Alex Albon how getting that corner wrong absolutely ruins your car.
And George Russell. We've seen it with...
That was mitigating circumstances. We're not going to hate on George here for that one.
No. I'm not hating on him, but you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
Catching a driver out like that is sort of how that corner very much is. It's very difficult off of the exit.
It's very similar to turn 4 and I want to say 22 at Saudi.
I do agree.
I think it's 22. Is where
nobody knows. Nobody knows anymore with Saudi Arabia. There's so many corners.
Nobody knows which corner it is, but everybody knows which corner it is.
You said it. You get what you know. But I do have to say what is incredibly interesting about Australia is that it's not only considered. It's got a strange, I guess. It's got a strange feature and a strange kind of. It is quite a strange feature, and this actually comes from drivers. Very mixed. You've got some drivers who think it's an easy track, and you've got other drivers who think it's quite a difficult track. And I don't find a lot of people who say there's sort of an in-between, sort of medium in difficulty. And I think, one, that comes down to driving style, but I think it's one of the very strange features of this track is that you can't all, you've got drivers who can drive it and the drivers who can't. There's no real in between. But still, with a lot of these drivers that we're going to be seeing in Tier 3, I think pretty much all of them can drive it, and definitely all of them can drive it better than me. So I think that's a strong point. But yeah, I think this track is going to bring out some of the best of the drivers.
Yeah, there are some. Another corner I just want to bring up is the final corner, turn 14, which does take, a lot of driver skill. It's a difficult traction zone. I think one of the more difficult ones on this game, where you need to properly feather the throttle. And as you mentioned, it's really that corner that is the difference between being able to drive the track and not. Along with the fast chicane in the middle sector as well of 9 and 10, I think it is. But yeah, I completely agree with you on that basis.
Yeah, I think it's one of those tracks where you're sort of, you're either good at it or you're bad at it. But at the same time, I I can say I'm not good at any track, so I shouldn't really talk on this year's game. And I'll leave that up to the tier 3 drivers to prove. I want to ask you something, and this is quite important, and this is something I'm gonna do. Well, I've got 2 questions. 1, who are you most excited about for the season? And 2, who do you think is going to come out strongest here in Australia?
I mean, see, you're only asking me this because you know I can't answer it. So, if it's gonna be a blind guess, but based on what I've seen before, the only drivers that are racing today that I have seen in any other racing are Simon Engel, it's Thomas Lamminen, and I think I've seen Rene Klein somewhere else as well. So out of the 3 of them, from what I've seen, it would be Thomas Lamminen. But I'm not going to speak for any of the other drivers because I'd be doing a discredit to them as I'm not educated yet.
Fair enough. From my experience, I'd say definitely Thomas Lamminen up there. Louis Welch as well. His experience is incredible. So I definitely say those 2 are up there. I think we've got a couple of upcoming drivers who seem to be quite quick. Marvin Gome, Oliver Knott, Alpha Kevin. You know, a couple of these drivers. We've got Rev, who's been around for quite a while in the community. Liam Bowman as well. So you got a very sort of mixed grid, but I'd say it's definitely between sort of 7-8 drivers for who's going to be going. Who's going to do well, and who's going to be really close. I think there's a few names on there that I don't recognize straight away, and I have had to do a bit of research on. But quite a few of the drivers are recognizable names and returning names, of course, as I said at the start of the stream. But we are finally going back into qualifying for the 2nd time this evening. But it was a simple mistake, and so we will not hate on somebody who makes one simple mistake, shall we? Let's not get annoyed at anybody yet tonight. Let's just hope it's not a 3rd time. Yet. Well, I mean, if it was a 2nd time, it would be. I think we'd have a couple of angry people in the chat, to be honest.
Yeah.
First driver out on track though is a little bit different this time. It is Liam Bowman who's the first out on track in the. Is it Kick Sauber?
I either call them the Sauber or the lime green machine. My favorite car. Love it.
So yeah, I'm gonna call them. I'll call them Kick Sauber in their full name, just to be nice. But Liam Bowman out in the very neon green car here tonight. He's just been overtaken by, I believe, it is Boba once again. Boba being the first man. Really wanting to be the first guy to start off a lap here in Australia and to start off our evenings for everyone and the evening for everyone. Yeah. And we actually have a battle over who is going to take the first lap in qualifying, which is it's something we've seen in the past, but I don't think to start off the season. But we're already creating moments. We're already creating memorable moments this season. But it looks like it will be Liam Bowman. Of course, he's got to be careful with Dercier on this year's game. It's much worse. You've got to leave a bit more of a gap. So let's ride on board with Liam Bowman on his lap as he heads round the final corner, opening up the corner, opening the rear wing with that DRS, heading down the pit straight towards turn 1. He's got to hook up this turn 1 perfectly or you lose a lot of time. He goes absolutely perfect there through turn 1 and through turn 2. Again with the DRS open as he heads down towards turn 3. You've got to get this right-hander right. It's quite tight. It's a bit of a hairpin. It's a bit of a rounded hairpin, really. And through turn 4, pretty simple. Be careful of the curb. And through turn 5, very simple there from Liam Bowman. Ending out his first sector, 26.229 is the first lap. And all the way up to the limits through turn 6. Now flat out for the rest of the middle sector as he opens the rear wing for a third time in his lap. And now as he ends off the second sector, you've now got the fast left and another fast right, pretty much flat out, and heading up towards this tight right-hander, which can be quite tricky, especially since they changed it. It's quite sharp. You've got to be careful of the curb. Got to get the car right. A lot less curb than they used to be. He's going to have a couple of cars in front of him. Ooh, going a little bit wide there from Liam Bowman. Definitely getting the understeer. Throwing the car through another hairpin. And into the final corner he goes once again. And heading up to the line. What can Liam Bowman do for a first lap of the night? And it is a 1 minute 15.101. Immediately beaten by Boba, who does a 14.729.
Good laps to begin with. I want to point out, as you mentioned, with turn 1 track limits, I mean, we've just seen Tomasetto breach them, but just finish his lap to set a 14.8. But also Iona Tanase on his first lap of the session actually managed to invalidate on the inside apex of turn 1. So just cutting it a bit too fine. And yeah, got plenty of drivers setting laps now all around the 15.1 mark. We've got Alpha Kevin down in the 15.3. Carl up to a 14.8 as well. So it's looking very tight to begin this session.
Yeah, very much. I do agree with you there. Give me 1 second. I do apologise. Game sound has just become incredibly loud through my ears. So I do apologise. I don't know why it has become so incredibly loud. My dearest apologies, everybody. It's just become really, really loud in my ears. And I can barely hear you. But we are back onto this. It should be fine now. So my apologies for that. Renner Klein, we saw P7. We've got a lot of drivers setting laps at the moment. Simon Engel, 1 minute 14.707. He just finds 22 thousandths over Boba. And that is pretty interesting. Very strong lap there from Simon, and a good start to his season.
We've got Tuomas Laminen coming next over the line. So, tipped by both of us to be a good challenger today. Guess we'll see where he stands. Not able to usurp Simon Engel from pole position. We do actually have Rev now coming around the final corner. And where does he stand in this session? It's a 1:15.310 milliseconds ahead of Alpha Kevin.
Think I'm looking through the order to find somebody who is actually on a lap. I don't think there's anybody except Ianat, I believe it is. Ianat. I can't see the end of his last name.
Tanase.
Tanase, there we go. I thought it was something like that. I didn't want to get it wrong. Ianat Tanase making his and a big wobble out of the final corner from the McLaren, and he only goes P19 and slowest of them all. Quite a big gap, though, isn't it, between first and 19th at the moment? 9 tenths, almost a second.
Yeah, I was going to say it's close. Is it closer to a second? No, I don't think it is. But yeah, still 9.5 tenths. Quite a large gap for this level. But I imagine, people just getting their eye into the session conditions as well. Yeah. So I'm sure the gap will be brought down. Obviously, drivers at the front, I imagine, will move forward into the low 14s. But, I mean, is there a 13 on the cards? Or do you think that's not to be expected today?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be difficult. But I could see at most a 14 point, I'd say 4. Maybe a 0.2. I think maybe half a second in it. Maybe. I'd say possibly a 0.2 is in there. But that's if drivers have had, a bit, have had tough first runs. But I don't, from what we saw from like Boba, Simon Engel, it didn't look like they did. So, but that's to me. They didn't look like they did. Whoa, yeah, Boba sliding through turn 1 and 2. So I think we could definitely see, a 14.5. I think that's pretty much definite. But I think a 14.2 would be the absolute lowest.
Yeah, we have got David Reisvich on a lap as well in the Williams, just coming towards turn 11. So close to the grass on the entry. I think any further left and that would have been his lap over with. As now through 12 and into the rather tricky braking zone of 13. You need to get it absolutely bang on. Now out of the aforementioned difficult traction zone of 14, opening up that rear wing. And what time is it going to be up to the line? It's a 15.2. And he goes to P16, just 12 milliseconds behind Timon.
Yeah, not too far behind, but far behind his teammate though. Carl up in P5. Not a huge amount time-wise, just over 0.3 of a second, but altogether a little bit crazy, as you'll know. I think let's have a look at who is on that.
Boba abandoned. Boba pitted off of the line.
I saw that, but we got Pietro
Marvin
making his way around. Marvin as well. We got a lot of drivers on their way around. Yeah, Marvin is closer to the line. I don't know why I missed him. Ooh. Marvin Gome goes to a 14.9 on the dot. P6, solid lap from himself. It's actually his teammate who's coming around next. That is Alpha Kevin. Up by 700s in his... Oh! He takes a decent chunk of the wall there. And he actually does not improve on his lap. So I think that lap time that we were talking about, as Pietro goes into P5. And a very, very good lap there from himself. Just over 1/10 behind provisional pole. So it's getting a little bit close. There's a slow Ferrari. That is Louis Welch. He's lost his front wing entirely.
Oh.
So he's obviously had a bit of a moment there. He's definitely hit the wall or something. So something has definitely gone wrong for Louis Welch today. He's not having the best of starts to his season. We've got the Aston Martin duo who are starting laps now. Who are we looking for next? That's Carl who's coming across. Then it's Marvin Gome who's coming in, who we just watched a minute ago. I think it's Simon Engel who's...
No, it's Tuomas Laminen.
Tuomas Laminen. Let me find him on my list.
9.
There he is, yeah. I've got to look down the list and click a key every time. Yeah. So I'm trying to find the key, okay. Tuomas Laminen making his way around. He's improving slightly, but... Again!
That's it.
Again, 2 drivers find themselves in the wall out of the final corner. That looks like... It definitely looked like Tuomas Laminen touched the grass there on the inside and just slid out. Yeah, I think it was the same with was it Kevin as well? Yeah, I think it was. Ooh, he's getting a little bit racy with a kick sour. That was Rev he got a little bit racy with, by the way. Rev had to actually go off the track. So a little bit aggressive.
Rev was on his lap and I think just went deep at turn 3.
Yeah,
so
maybe. Carlos Galindo.
Yeah.
What a lap.
14.5. So there's your prediction, correct? It's 14.5s.
Definitely there.
Timon starting a lap. Is it the other Aston of Victor?
Simon's come in. He's invalidated.
Oh.
Some drivers are finding time. Others are not. So I think it's definitely a mixed bag at the moment. And there goes Ave up to P8. And that's immediately beaten by Liam Bowman. Yeah. 0.3 found in his lap to a 14.7. 3 drivers now, all in the 14.7s. It's getting rather close, isn't it? It's getting rather close this evening. Rev is starting a new run. We got
Ian.
David, who's making his way around. Is it Ian? Yes, it is.
Ian, yeah.
Making his way across the line. He wasn't up by much, but it's enough in the final sector to go P13. Look at that! Trisket. Whoa! Boma! 1 minute 14.411. He has unlocked and found some pace that so far nobody else has been able to find by a mile. What a lap.
Yeah, you got so excited then that your mic peaked and cut out, so...
Perfect. That's what my mic loves to do.
Yeah. We've got Victor Garcia on another lap. Goes 22 milliseconds faster, not enough to gain a position on Rene Klein. So I think it's the Ferrari now of... oh no, that's Ave coming into the pits. I imagine it will be Bowman coming into the pits as well, so...
Hmm.
Who is next? Haas starting a lap. It's Rev, I think, unless he pits. Oh yeah, he's invalidated, so it won't be a lap for Rev. So David Reisvich will be next over the line in the Williams. So
Let's
can
have a
he
look.
improve? Can he improve off of the bottom 2 rows of the grid here? Yes, he can. Up to P13. So
It's
what, the
getting a lot
7th
closer
row?
now.
And now it's Louis Welch, who of course broke his wing earlier, looking to get up the order. Up to P2 with a 14.5 there.
Very, very strong from Louis Welch there. Did not expect that from him.
No, I was checking all of the ladder. Like, where's he gone?
Yeah, he just disappeared for a second. He was just like, I'm not going to move up for a second. The game just being strange, as usual.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was on my end, but if you got the lag as well.
Yeah,
I
me
can
too, yeah.
use it.
It's just sometimes the game.
Timing up to P11 as well. So it's going to be Gianpietro Oggiano who's next over the line. So the Haas driver. Out at the final corner. Red light flashing on the rear. 92 milliseconds. Actually gains him quite a few positions there.
Yeah.
Up to P6.
This is how close it is, isn't it? You know, that's what 92 thousandths gets you. Gets you from P8 to P6. That's, you know, that just shows how close the competition is, even on this year's game, which of course is a bit more spaced out than in previous year's games. But it just shows qualifying is still close as ever. Timon has just invalidated his lap.
He'd already completed. I think he was on an in lap.
Let's actually have a look on board, because yeah, he is. Because you can check with the fuel. You can look at the fuel and see whether he's got that. We've got cars already coming onto the track for their final run of the evening. Rev, he really needs a big performance here. He really needs a big performance. 3/10 will only get him to P15, so he needs to find, I'd say, at least half a second to put himself in a decent position.
He's exactly 9/10 from pole. So
he needs a lot.
Yeah. I mean, only 10 milliseconds ahead of Alpha Kevin as well. So if he makes a mistake and Alpha Kevin doesn't, it's probably Rev looking to be starting last. So he really needs to keep it clean here in the land down under. I think both Alpines are out. I wonder if they're very close together on track. Potentially some slipstream games going on.
Maybe.
But,
I mean, everybody's realistically rivals with each other.
It was more of a 24 thing, the slipstreaming, wasn't it? I know what Australia...
Oh, no, it's still here on this year's game. I promise you.
Ah, right.
It's still here on this year's game.
I mean, there was like no dirty air on 24.
It will be more down that back straight. It'll be down that back straight where they do it. And then they'll move out of the way. But should we ride on board with the Rev on his lap?
Yeah.
Especially as it's the first qualifying session of the year. It's quite nice, isn't it? You know, new game, new season. And
he's going to have a lot of traffic.
Oh my god, I've just noticed that. Into turn 1 and turn 2. He's absolutely nailed turn 1 and turn 2, by the way. That was incredible.
I don't know how that didn't invalidate. I was off board and he was all 4 off the track on the exit of 1. So, very lucky. He better not
very lucky. Making his way round, though. Traffic has nicely moved out of the way, but the next part is going to be a bit worse. Because he's got 2 McLarens coming up next. And I don't think they're going to move out of the way so easily. Even though he is going along the straight. 1 McLaren's out the way. On to the next.
You say they're not going to move out of the way easily. They are mandated to move out of the way easily.
Yeah. No, but that doesn't mean they always do, to be fair.
Yeah.
Doesn't always mean they do. And especially towards this final sector.
Oh! Big moment there for Rev.
Absolute chaos at the end of qualifying for Rev. His qualifying just not going his way at all. Who is next? Who is next?
He just drifted into the wall.
Oh, it's Rene Klein who's also gone off.
Oh my word.
He's just lost it as well. Everybody's going everywhere. Who is next across the line, by the way? Marvin Gomez invalidated.
Is it? Oh dear. It's such a mess, isn't it?
Simon
at this stage in
Engel? Or is it Kevin?
I think
it's Kevin. It's Kevin. I think Kevin is next. Yeah, because Marvin Goman.
Oh! Crash! 2 cars have crashed! Marvin Goleman's crashed into the back of the Mercedes there, who then gets in the way of Marvin's teammate. So that's
How is
Timon
Kevin going to do?
I think
He does improve still to P15.
so. Rev is last, so I kind of jinxed him with my
Yeah.
utterances.
Here
before,
comes
but
Simon
Timon-
Engel. He's up by 73 thousandths. We know he's had a bit of a rocky middle run, but let's see how he does now. And across the line, what is he going to do? He's not going to go fast. He improves by 2/10 to a 1 minute 14.508. Who have we got next? It's not
Garcia's in
Boba,
the pits.
It's his
It's
teammate,
Lamanen.
Tumas. P2! Ooh, that is incredibly close. We just saw Abe going to P7. I'm waiting for the next drive to cross the line. That was David who went P16. Louis Welch goes P4 when he crosses the line. That was Thomas Sesso. Couldn't improve. Liam Bowman barely improved, so he doesn't gain any positions. That's Carlos Galindo, who can't find any time. Oliver Knott, last second gasp from him, and he goes P3. Ian Up went P17, so an improvement still from himself. We've got Triske coming across the line. He's invalidated anyway, so it hasn't worked out for him. Boba, cross line. Boba goes even faster. Another 43 thousandths to go to a 1 minute 14.368. Who just jumped up the order? That was a Haas. That was Gian Pietro, who goes into P8. That's a solid run from himself. I think there's only Kevin to cross the line for a second time.
Yeah.
I believe that is it. But it is an RB12. I've just noticed that. It's an RB12. Love.
Jeez.
Is it V-Carb anymore? I don't remember.
I think it's Racing Bulls.
Racing Bulls, that's it. I'm always questioning which name I should say. But Racing Bulls 1-2. It's a nice one, isn't it? It's a very, very intense and interesting end to qualifying. But let's go through the qualifying order. Boba is on pole for by his teammate Tumas Lamanen. Oliver Knott finishes in third with Simon Engel just behind by an incredible 13 thousandths. Louis Welch is in fifth. Carlos Galindo in sixth. Triske in seventh. Gian Pietro in eighth. Abe in ninth. Liam Bowman in 10th. Thomas Seto in 11th. Carl in 12th. Marvin Gomes in 13th. Timon in 14th. Kevin in 15th. David in 16th. Ianut in 17th. Benne Klein in 18th. Victor Garcia in 19th. And Rev in 20th and last. I just got there in the end, didn't I? I just got
Barely made it.
Yeah, barely made it, but I got there. That's what matters. I got there.
What?
So, are we going to be having any... Do we have any restarts or anything?
I don't think we do. We'd get a restart for a penalty, and we would see on our screen if somebody got a grid penalty as spectators. Cool. So
no, yeah. I was just because sometimes the game's a bit iffy. Sometimes it doesn't come up. Who knows?
Yeah. I do. If we could quickly just talk about. So it looked like Timon was warming through the final corners,
and
that
was a crazy moment.
Marvin's come around the corner and just smacked into the back of him. So Timon was on an outlap, so that would be on him, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I do agree.
Turn 12 is a blind corner. You cannot see the exit.
I think again though, I do think we need to take into account that it is pressure, it is driver error. It could be from both drivers. I think the only full picture you'll get is when you see it from both drivers' perspectives.
Yeah.
And if there is a report, that's the only time you'll see it. Of course, this will probably go to the stewards. Let's be honest. It's probably going to get reported 100%. And go to the stewards. So with that sort of thing, it's we'll see what the stewards think of it here at WOR. And then we kind of can go from there. But it was a very interesting end. A lot of drivers improving very slightly from their middle runs. Some drivers not improving at all. So clearly track evolution not exactly there for this track. But we've got to talk about strategy. It is dry for the race. I think somebody mentioned about rain. And we are going. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. I didn't hear any beeping before. And we are going for WRPC Tier 3 in Season 21. And it's a good getaway from Boba. He gets an incredible start. So does Oliver Knott. Into Turn 1 they go. And it is going incredibly well for the pole sitter. He's gotten away very well from the rest of the grid. Still, Oliver not keeping up with him. Further back, there's a yellow flag. That's a McLaren. That is Iannuts who's gone round. And look at this. Absolute chaos going down into turn number 3. Almost, I think that was 3 wide we saw as the Ferraris are trying to battle their way through the field. Now heading through the lovely turn of... Oh! That's a massive moment for Louis Welch. He has gone down the order and he is lost his front wing. Not all of it, but most of it. So that is a terrible start for the Ferrari. Kevin has now made his way past. Lots of battling at the rear of the grid, but we've got to look back to the leader. Look at this. Oliver Knott all over the back of Boba as they head through the fast left and right. As now we head towards a very tight right-hander. We see Rev as he goes up to P17. An incredible start for him. He's already up 3 places off of his race start. Kevin making some moves for Alpine. Next is his teammate Marvin Gome in 12th. So are we going to see some teammate love, or are we going to see a bit of battling between teammates? Who will know? Are we going to see Mercedes 2016 Spain moment? We'll have to see in the coming laps. As David heads into the pits, he obviously must have gotten damage off of lap 1. So does Louis Welch as well. But it's a good getaway from Boba.
Yeah, off the start at the exit of turn 2, Ian spun. And speaking of spin, that is Trisker, who has spun on the exit of turn 2 and slowly ambled his way down the straight. So, commentator's curse acting in full force, but also Louis Walsh. So on the exit of turn 5 now, the wall does stick out on the left-hand side, and going side by side with another driver, he was pushed into that wall, unfortunately. Yeah. And that is his race in tatters at the end of lap 1, as he's now down on the hards. Of course, David started on the hards, has to pit for mediums at the end of lap 1 due to damage. So, not a great start for the 3 at the back there.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting, I'll say. Very, very interesting. What is more interesting, though, is how you can see back in 6th, Ave is already struggling to keep up with the top 5. Already dropped back by 9 tenths, and now about 8 tenths, but dropping back already very quickly. Dirty Air in full effect in this race. Only 16 drivers, all within DRS of each other. So only 16 drivers in this left. As Chusuke now comes into the pits. And he's our first retirement of the season on lap 3. How disappointing. Lap 3 and our first retirement of the season. And it is a Red Bull, and it is Chusuke.
Red Bull's in the pit lane at the start of the race at Australia. Call it 2024. But, yeah, unfortunate start. Oh! Liam Bowman has crashed on the exit of turn 4. He's dropped off the curb and he's out of the race.
And
Kevin's hit the wall as well. He's hit the same wall on the exit of turn 5 that Louis Welch hit. So the full course safety car is out.
I have no words. What have we just seen? What are we seeing?
What didn't we see? Because we couldn't actually see anything.
No, but you know what I mean? What is going on at those 2 corners? It seems to be that sort of, that one corner, turn 5, isn't it? Turn number 5 that drivers are being caught out by. I think that's what, 2-3 drivers now caught out by turn number 5. So 3 drivers out after 3 laps of this race.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the tyres. We might as well. We got a few things to look at, haven't we? Everybody's on mediums except Louis Welch and Ianna, who have both stopped. Interesting. I definitely saw the medium tyres being the way to go. Victor Garcia now comes into pit, so does Rev. So they're probably going to change to the lovely hard tyres. Good start, though, from Rene Klein. Up 6 places, by the way. Same for Tomasetto, up 4. And Ave, up 3. But I think part of that comes down to just the pure chaos going on around. But we've got to talk about that race start, haven't we? Just chaos everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, there were 4 wide on the exit of turn 3 at some point. I know maybe not literally, it was 3 wide and somebody, was looking at a gap on the inside, but I think luckily everybody behaved themselves really all the way up to turn 5. But it is those corners, and I can tell you why. Turn 4, when you come off of the exit curve, obviously it's very raised, and as you drop down, you can lose traction. and bang, you're spinning off into the wall like Sebastian Vettel in the 2022 Australian Grand Prix. And on the exit turn 5, if you hit that wall, your chassis is now looking like Jack Doohan's.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
the whole risk, isn't it? That's risk and
mhm.
reward, and
it's it's
that's the
purely
reward he got.
it's purely just trying to defend or attack through turn 5, and if you get it slightly wrong, or the person that you are battling with gets it slightly wrong, it could be yours. Well, if you're on the outside, it is almost certainly your race over Louis Welch. Very lucky, at least from what I've seen. I mean, I've even seen the AIs managing to crash on their own there
I think it's hitting
in
the
career
inside
mode.
curb. I think
Yeah,
it's if you clip that inside curb, you just go straight into the wall. I think it's
not
quicker, but
not necessarily you clipping the inside curb, but if you're on the outside and somebody else clips the
yeah.
inside curb, you are then forced into the wall that sticks out on the left. I
Rennie
don't know if
Klein
you'll
now
be
goes
able to,
in.
but if when we get to turn 4 and 5, I can point out that wall if we go on board with Boba.
Yeah. I think it's difficult though, isn't it? I think, one corner now ruining basically two drivers' races. Well, three, realistically. Three drivers' races, two out of the race. Louis Watts will be able to catch up, but his race is damaged a lot. And
Yeah.
so let's
we
look
go,
on board.
yeah. So this curb on the right hand side there, at high speed, if you drop only your rear tire off, that's it. And also the wall that stuck out on the left hand side, just at the curbing on the
Yeah.
exit. So if you go a bit wide, you have an understeer or you're forced wide in a battle, and you hit that wall, it's curtains.
Yeah, it
That
very much
that
is.
it.
I do
It's
agree with you.
it's very similar to a lot of the wars around Jeddah. So
Or Singapore.
or Singapore. It's very weird how Australia has gone from being quite, quote unquote boring, street circuit, that's really quite a slow pace, to now one of the fastest pace that's on par with, Saudi Arabia and even the likes of Silverstone in terms of average speeds.
Yeah. We've got a little bit of overtaking at the back of the grid. Somebody's gone round. That's Rene Klein, who's gone
Has
round,
spun
actually.
under the safety car.
He's had a spin under safety car. And he's lost part of his front wing.
And the safety car's in.
Holy, that is late. It is now all up to Boba to control the pack for what is left of the last 40 meters of space. But there goes Boba. And that's a decent getaway. That will protect him off at the start, but it's not been a good getaway from his teammate, Thomas Laminen. As even before the line, Thomas Laminen's going to get overtaken by Simon Engel. Into turn 1 they go. Absolute chaos. And Simon Engel is already up to P3 and onto the podium. So 3 different constructors all on the podium now. Timon now making the move for P10. Look at this. It looks like Carlos Galindo trying to make a move as well, but he's unable to for the moment. Rev having a bit of a battle. Ooh, Timon getting tagged on the rear just slightly there. That's not going to help himself at all. But that is so far a good start from Boba, as now himself and Oliver Knott are starting to pull away quite a bit.
I think Simon Engel, though, definitely going to try and pull that gap back. It's worth, at this point, burning the battery to bring the gap down, and then you can carry yourself along with the DRS. But Carlos Galindo now going for the move around the outside of Thomas Laminen. And can he go for the move into the chicane of 9 and 10? Side by side they go. And Galindo cuts the chicane, and he won't be able to now battle and contest Laminen into turn 11 due to taking 2 off the track. Oh! And that's Ogiano, who has gone off contact with Carl as well. And looked a bit sketchy. He hit the grass and he dives down the inside into turn 13. More contact between the two of them. Looking, this is the edge of disaster here. But they managed to keep it nice and controlled, as within the limit as you can be around this circuit. And it's either good wheel-to-wheel racing or terrible racecraft.
Look out in the lead. Oliver Knott all over the back of Boba. Look at this. He's practically pushing Boba through every corner. Look at this. Boba is backing Oliver Knott up, I think, into Simon Engel.
Oh, it's the Hamilton 2016 tactic here.
Because look at the pace difference.
Yeah, and that, crucially, has brought Thomas Laminen's gap back. He dropped So about 1.3 on the exit of the chicane last lap. It's now within a second, or at least he got the DRS, I think. Oh no, he's been passed by Carlos Galinda. But Oliver Knott with the DRS, probably going to go for the move into turn 11, you'd imagine.
Maybe. We'll have to see. But no, he's going to stay safe for now. I think it was too risky, especially in this position. It's way too risky into that corner. Unless you're side by side. I think that's the only time it's safe is when you're side by side. Outside of that, it's not safe at all to go for a move like that.
Despite being such a sharp corner, you can carry a weird amount of speed through it, can't you?
Yeah, very much. I do agree with you there, but it is just a risky corner to make a move on. With the such angle, the such sort of aggressive angle it is. One driver that is actually proving to be quite good is Tomasetto. Incredible pace, and Victor making his way past Marvin Gome. He's gone a little bit deep, but look at this, Marvin Gome getting overtaken from every which side, and it is now Marvin Gome versus David over position, and Marvin Gome loses 2 places in 2 corners.
Again, it was sensible there of Marvin to not challenge it through turn 5.
I think he's seen too many people crash there, to be honest.
His teammate, who would have been just in front of him when it happened, it might even have been the two of them, as Tomasetto.
Oh, look at this, Tomasetto!
Side by side.
Oh, it's getting a little bit close.
Yeah, Marvin Gome and Louis Welch picking up time penalties at the same corner, literally back to back. But yeah, Tomasetto making the move where Carlos Galinda couldn't. But I'm also noticing that Thomas Laminen seems to be struggling quite a bit to keep on the back of the top 4.
I do agree. I do agree with you. He is struggling quite a bit. But again, we got to look at Tomasetto though. Got to look at this McLaren making his way through the order with, at the moment, quite easy moves, hasn't it? Nothing too challenging, just quite sort of easy moves, either on the brakes or just purely with DRS. So the McLaren looking quite pacey out there. One driver I think in this case that is going to be interesting, and somebody might have gone under the radar a bit, Carlos Galindo. He's there. He's there in the race, but he's not, he's not all the way up in the pack. He's been a bit quiet this race, so far. But he's kind of the dark horse, isn't he, so far?
I mean, you say a bit quiet. He ended up having to cut the chicane trying to go for a move on Laminen, so I wouldn't call that quiet, as that was a very lucky miss there. But yeah, I think he's just benefited right place, right time, and that is what's crucial here, is his teammate goes for the move on Rev into turn 11. The 2 cars that pitted seemingly without damage under the safety car, battling it out for the last points-paying position.
Rev is really doing well today. He's gone from last to 10th.
I would go through this is like how that's happened, but that would probably discredit him quite a bit. So, yeah, he's got to P10. Well done.
Yeah, I agree there. Yeah,
Oliver Knott still just hanging on to the back of Bo, but I think it's going to be the old strategy of sit behind until the last lap and then blitz past, isn't it? So, or
maybe.
Undercut.
I don't think so.
The undercut is powerful around this circuit, as David Reisvik got very close to the turn 5 barrier there, just due to the dirty air understeering. And we'll be looking to make the move on Timon. But I don't think anything's going to... Oh, actually, never mind. He is going around the outside towards the chicane now. So close to the wall. Contact between the two of them. And, that's Timon forced off the track, it seems. They're still side by side going towards turn 11. Is this going to end in tears? And I think Timon sensibly at that point backs out. And David Reisvik up into P12.
Yeah, I've also got to give a sort of quite a big shout out to one driver who's actually having one hell of a race out there, and that is Gian Pietro. He's having a race that you would usually say is quite standard, wouldn't you? You'd sort of say, he's all right in qualifying, decent qualifying result. he's doing pretty well in the race. But look at the pressure he's got behind. He's got a battling 2, and there goes Victor. It's just sliding past with ease on Rev. But he's got a lot of pressure from behind from drivers who are on fresher tyres, on those sort of fresher, hard tyres, and might start to get the better of the tyre wear very soon. And for him to still be holding on to the same position as Marvin, going and gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. I'm quickly going to look to the front because it's getting a little bit closer than it was last lap. But again, whenever I look at the front guys, whenever I see they get a bit closer, they just have to spread out, don't they? Just the second I look.
I think those hards though are going to be in a better condition than those mediums relatively soon, as we see Carlos Galinda pitting now to go for the undercut. So does Tuomas Lamminen. And, Lamminen locking up, I think, all 4 tyres on the pit entry as Thomas Seto gets a 10-second time penalty. Oh, we got a crash on the exit! And that is actually quite bad for those who've just pitted, because they have lost crucial time in the pit lane as Tuomas Lamminen held in his pit box for a bit there, it seemed. Or is that my end bugging? I think that's my end.
That was the driver or two just going a bit weird. Just
but
lagging.
Oh yeah, it says that they're behind time, and even though he crashed.
Yeah, I think it was just a bit of lag, possibly from the host.
Yeah. As long as this all fixes by the restart, we'll be good.
Hopefully, if it didn't, we'd be a little bit worried. But
for me, Rene Klein is leading.
For you, Rene Klein is. Oh, it's please say there's not desync.
I think it's desynced.
For me, Boba is leading.
Yeah. So is the rest of your order Boba, Oliver, Simon, Carl, Gian Pietro, Victor, Rev? Oh. What the?
I'm not sure what you're getting.
Okay, it's fixed. Mine has fixed.
Hopefully. Just look at the stream. Just look at the stream, and you'll just see the order.
27 seconds behind. Yeah, there we go.
As now, Boba makes his way in.
A bit close to the inside wall there.
A little bit close, but he knows what he's doing. He's led every lap of this race.
And he is going to gain a lot of time here.
Whoa.
Oh! I love this game!
That can't just be... Whoa, whoa, whoa! What are we seeing?
No! He's on...
He's on. That's not just me, is it?
11 mediums.
He's on mediums.
Yeah, he's on 11 lap mediums for me, which technically shouldn't even exist. But, oh my god! The safety car didn't move.
Oh my god. What is going on? Do you want to possibly message Luke?
I might ring Luke.
Yeah, please message him because something's going on. And just tell him look at the stream. Something nuts is going on. Because the safety car's holding some people behind. This is going crazy. I don't know what this... Because the safety car's by the side, so I think it's okay now. But
yeah,
Carlos Galindo's got in the lead.
Yeah, it's put cars that were on the same lap ahead. So they should have been held by the safety car, but it didn't.
Yeah,
we might actually... I think this would warrant a reset, wouldn't it?
Possibly. I don't know. I don't know what we do here, because it wouldn't be long enough for... Tyres wise.
So, wait, Carlos Galinda just dropped to P4 on my end.
On my end, he's P1.
On my end, Victor Garcia's P1.
Oh no, that is you. No, that's both of us. Victor Garcia's first. Yeah, that's my bad.
I think you were looking at the wrong Aston.
Yeah, no. I was looking at the right one. I just wasn't looking at the names.
Oliver Knott's taking the lead as a result of this, but
wait a minute. Know. Because Boba's lost positions.
It says Boba is 1 minute and 42 ahead of Tuomas, but he's behind on track.
That might be you, because I'm not getting that.
teething difficulties here.
Yeah, a couple of problems. Do not mind it. I do apologise, guys, for the absolute unknowingly amount of problems we're having tonight. But we shall get past them. I don't see any of the drivers complaining at the moment, unless I just haven't looked.
Well, they're still driving, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh no, they're saying restart.
Are they?
Yeah. Boba's said about it, and yeah, he's already mentioned about it. Yeah, Luke's already looking at it. So we'll just let Luke do Luke things, shall we? Yeah. It seems like the whole lobby's going a bit mental at the moment. It is going a little bit crazy. So we might be getting a restart. I'm not sure what we'll have with the restart because I have not read the rules in a while. So I'm not sure what we're going to get with a restart. Isn't the safety car meant to come in at this point? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what because some of the drivers aren't very happy. So if you could just, Ryan, as you're looking at the chat, if you could just keep everyone updated.
I'm keeping my eyes. Yeah. So Luke, the most recent thing Luke has said is it seems okay now, and then he's asked.
Yeah. My only worry is now that Oliver Knott would take the eventual lead.
But the thing is, we'd have to go from the moment the safety car came out, which would then put Gerlinda and Laminen down in like P15 and 16.
Yeah, I'm confused. Okay, people were glitching in and out of the pits. I do not know where anyone was. Do not ask me, never ask me where anyone was during those moments because I can never answer. And I will never be able to answer.
Yeah, the YouTube chat seems to be. Well, Bell Rofox. I think we.
To be fair, it's his driver in second now, so you know.
But
to be fair, and safety car is in. I'm guessing the safety car might go through walls or just sit in the middle of the lake. I don't know. That's how it's been for most
Luke says
tonight.
keep going.
Okay. Victor Garcia leads away. And I think we might be getting a couple of very annoyed drivers after this race.
Especially Boba, because that has lost him the net lead of the race.
Yeah. But let's see how it goes. He might get the lead. But Victor Garcia controls the front of the pack. He controls how fast the pack goes. Now making his way around into the final corner. He's really backing up everybody. He's really waiting late. When is he going to go? Oh, penalties for practically everyone.
And Rev and Oggiano.
Yeah, it is. It's starting to go a bit crazy. And now he goes. He's gone very, very late. And now Victor Garcia leads into turn one. McLaren swap places. We've got a lot of battling happening. And there goes Rev. Ooh, getting a little bit close. Rev up to P9 now in this race. Look at this. Oliver not trying to make a move already. Ooh, and a little bit of contact down the inside on that right-hand tyre for Victor Garcia. And there goes an Aston Martin going off. Look at this. Victor Garcia really defending like crazy at the moment for position.
Tomasetto into the turn 5 wall. Wheel hook with Louis Welch. Big crash. Safety car back out. And it's happened again.
I have no words. I have no words for this.
So we're going to see more drivers pit. Rev, Gianpietro, and I imagine Louis Welch are going to pit to serve these 10-second penalties.
Oh my god. I do not know what to say about this. And I'm not meaning this in like a bad way at all. Please, people, nobody get me wrong. It's really unlucky. And I think the game's being really mean by throwing people off into walls. And I won't lie about that. But yeah.
Well, the games are throwing him to the walls. They're hitting the walls. It just seems to be so much harsher on this game.
No, you know what I mean though. It's just like it's so harsh
Yeah.
that
And,
it doesn't feel fair to some degree for people. But got a couple of drives coming in.
Yeah. So it'll be. Did Rev stay out? Rev stayed out with the 10 seconds. So did GP. Marvin Gome comes in. I'm gonna have a look now at these pitting drivers to just see the state of the lobby, but
They're not in and out of the pits, are they? Like earlier.
it doesn't look like it.
David
did.
Like I think it all just comes down to who was hosting, and that was Rev.
Host is Rev, yeah.
Yeah, so it could have been his internet that just went a bit mental for us. You know, just went a bit off.
I wonder what will come of it though, because
it's caused a lot of chaos.
The truth of the matter is, I'm not sugarcoating it. Boba has arguably lost the win because of it.
Possibly. No. I'm going to say this. I have seen drivers climb from 18th to 1st. I have seen drivers do the impossible. And so, I am never going to say... If he was P15, I'd say, most likely, he's not going to get it. I wouldn't say he can't get it, because, I mean, everybody could DNF, and he could get it. But, there's always a chance. So, him being P5, I'd say there's definitely a chance if he plays his cards right. But if he doesn't, and we keep going round, with the safety car, he's not going to at this rate.
Yeah. I mean, safety car, if Marvin Gome catches up in time, will be in at the end of lap 18. So that will give him 11 laps of racing, 19 through 29.
That should be enough. If Boba can make a move, he needs to get past his teammate first.
I think that will be the easiest part. I think there is a world where, knowing everything that happened, because Tumas was also on Boba's side in the chat, I think there's a world where Laminin just lets Boba through.
Maybe. I don't know. I think that's an unknown. That just comes down to drivers and their opinions and stuff. But I don't know.
But that is how many victims now? That is 3 victims to the turn 5 wall. And 4 victims overall to Sector 1. 4. Did I say 1 or 4?
There was 3, and there was 1 just before the corner.
Yeah. So, in theory, 4 victims to the turn 5 sequence.
Yeah. It's really disappointing to see that corner is so harsh. These drivers are so incredibly skilled. That's how they've gotten to this level. But for some reason, that one corner just seems to be hurting most of them, as the safety car is in this lap.
It's not sim damage, is it?
It shouldn't be. Check the settings.
I'll have a look now, because
if it is, that might invalidate.
Is it in simulation settings? It's on reduced standard. So that is.
Is that standard?
Reduced standard. I mean, it's what I see in most places. So
that's crazy. That's unbelievable. I think that's sim. I generally think that was sim damage.
I wish I could clip it. I don't have a clipping software at the minute, but Thomas Sato barely hit the wall and his car disintegrated. Yeah.
But let's watch as Oliver Knott now leads away. Safety car. Is he going to back everybody up as much as we saw with Victor Garcia? No, he's not, and he's away out of the final corner. And it's a good restart for him. He's gotten nicely out into the lead as we go on to lap 19. Just 11 laps of the race to go. And this race has already experienced, is it 2 safety cars? Or 3?
3.
3 safety cars. But it's time to get the racing back and get the racing going. Once again, it's been a very interesting first race of season 21 here in Tier 3. I am going to say one thing. I am going to say one very important thing. And is it just me, or is our clouds starting to roll in? And does it look like it's going to rain?
It's not enough. It's at the minute, that cloud cover is what would be partial cloudy on the settings. So if it were to rain, it would come late. So yeah,
The
but
safety cars have definitely brought it closer, though.
Oh, 100%. But I also think with how many safety cars there's been, this is the last quote unquote slot for the weather, is the light cloud. So, because
Definitely
they don't
agree.
go over a race distance, they go over the time. So
This is the main thing. Is you know what's interesting to see this time round? Nobody has made an overtake.
no one. Actually, yeah, Boba did get past Laminin.
Oh yes, he did. And there goes Carl
So,
getting a 3-second time penalty. Gian
and
Pietro
Oggiano.
as well.
I have a feeling that Rev and Gianpietro are going to contest their 10-second time penalties because obviously it was just a contact under the
But look
safety
at
car.
Simon Engel. Can we just take a second to just go on board with Simon Engel? Because he has been, at the start of the race, really, really loud, making moves, getting places, and then he's been very quiet after this, hasn't he? He spent maybe the last sort of 15 laps kind of just following behind, waiting for the right moment. But this is the just level of intelligence with these drivers. They will wait to make the move at the right time.
That's not getting past David Reisvich as well, up into P13. So
very nice move.
The
there goes
last
another
McLaren.
one. There goes Marvin Gome.
I'm gonna quickly check the tires and just see what this could be. Oh yeah, David's got like 10 lap older tires than them. So yeah, he will not like. I'm not saying this to diminish him in any way, but he's back most likely now. So Thomas Laminen sets the fastest lap, and we have almost got the top 5 breaking away now from Carl in P6.
But he just closes up. I think this is going to be the interesting point in the race. So this is always an interesting point. Is when the drivers stop trying to make moves to just gain positions and they start making moves based off of strategy. And this is now...
I think Laminin has just been into the gravel.
Did he?
Yeah, he lost 3/10 through turn 6 and there was dust kicked up. So I think he just dipped a wheel.
Maybe.
Nothing massive, but just dipping a wheel. So...
But as I was saying, I think this is where drivers start to think about what would be good for the rest of their race. Where does their race finish? If they make this move as Louis Welch. Whoa! And off into the gravel he goes!
Oh, no!
With Gian Pietro. Rene Klein up to P10 now. Holy! Bit more chaos to the evening.
Yeah, a Giga rejoined right in the two Hasses it looked like. But I'm not sure. Did he go off with Gianpietro, or did Gianpietro go off to avoid him?
No, Gianpietro went round the outside, Louis Welch on the inside, and just kind of got dragged.
Wheel hooked.
Yeah.
See, why don't the physics work?
Yeah, that's what we all ask.
They've never worked in F1 games.
No, they never will. But
although to be fair, just imagine lobby as it had like iRacing physics.
Yeah, that would be worse.
I mean, iRacing physics are I think the best in any game. But hang on, Simon Engel. Oh, it looked like he got very close.
I keep on thinking about from the I've had quite a lot of sim racing experience, of course not at this level, but I kind of get that feeling of kind of you're waiting, but you're also there's always a bit of you as a driver that goes, why can't I just make the move now? As there's a bit of movement happening further back.
Oh, Marvin and Gianpietro wheel hooked, and
again, the Haas getting into a bit of a moment with an Alpine this time.
It's just Gianpietro. 2 laps in a row, he's tried round the outside at turn 11 and just been bullied.
Yeah, it's just not working.
One thing I want to point out is that we have a driver just in no man's land at the minute, Victor Garcia. He's got 2.5 seconds in front, 2.5 seconds behind, just living his own life at the minute.
I do agree there. But the nice thing that he's got here is it means he has no competition. So as long as he keeps driving as he does, he'll be fine.
Yeah, as long as if
Oh,
the
he
cars
got a little
ahead
bit
keep
close to the
battling.
wall.
Yeah, if the cars ahead keep battling, then he's going to gain on them, and if Rene and Louis keep on battling, then he's going to pull away from them. So, speaking of Louis, 3-second time penalty for his troubles. That amounts to 6 now for the session, as Ave manages to get past Carl for P6 and drops out of a second from Tuomas Laminen, but I think
But
it's
so is
just
Tuomas
gonna.
Laminen. He's dropped out of a second from his
Ooh.
teammate Boba.
Boba's really close to
Whoa, and a
that.
massive slide there from Boba.
I feel like whenever I go to say something about a driver, they then have a moment.
Oh,
Ends
there
their
goes Louis
race.
Welch. Up the inside of Rene Klein. Up to P10.
Oh, Rene Klein goes wide. He's taken the Piastri line. He's on the grass. I mean, if Piastri did that, he wouldn't have finished 9th, but...
Oh. A little bit
What
close
a
to David
rejoin.
there. I think Rene Klein is coming in to retire.
Most likely.
And to be honest, I don't blame him. It's been an incredibly frustrating evening for Rene Klein.
See, mediums. Wow. Oh, yeah, there it is. I was going to say, in literally any F1 game for the last, 6 years, he would have been able to go for fastest lap. And while... Oh, no, he wouldn't have even got a point, would he? 15th. Never mind.
Oliver
So...
Knott still leads the way in this race. It's been a lot quieter, hasn't it, since all the chaos with the second safety car. Drivers being a lot more reasonable. As Carl gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Let's have a look at the penalties. Let's actually have a look, because there's quite a few now, isn't there? It's getting to be quite a few. 6 seconds for Carl, 10 seconds for Rev, 6 seconds for Louis Welch, 6 seconds for Marvin, and 13 seconds for Gian Pietro. Tyres, everybody's on hards except Victor Garcia on mediums. By the way, Ianut and David have both had 4 stops in this race.
Somebody called Jensen Button. But... Yeah, I don't think they're going to be in with a chance at the win, but... Oh, Victor Garcia picks up a 3-second time penalty, so... That is his chances of getting at least... With P7 at least on track now, in a spot of bother.
Oh, wait. Did I just see a bit of rain?
Let me go on board.
I saw a drop of rain.
Yes!
It is raining! It is starting to rain! This might just become carnage in a minute.
Oh no. Old hards on a greasy surface. And yeah, Oliver Knott almost off the circuit. This is going to get sketchy.
Ooh, and a bit
Looked
of
like
a...
it broke
The
at the
rain is
normal
coming down
point.
heavier.
Could this go inters?
It could, if probably lap 28, 29. Look at how it's getting wetter and wetter. The track's starting to look a bit wet.
It's like if I were David, I'd pick for the inters.
Maybe.
Just in case.
Not yet.
Because
Not yet. Not yet.
He's 5.5 seconds off the next car on 6 lap older tires.
Maybe.
He's not in the shout for points yet. Oh, actually, no, he is because of Louis Welch's penalty.
To be honest.
Oh no, he's doing it! He's actually doing it!
As he makes his way in, is he going for the inters? It might still be dry tyres in the rain, though.
Intermediates.
Let's see if that works for him.
You can see the dry line already on the approach to turn 6.
We'll see.
This
But
is
let's look
going
at the
to
leaders.
get-
Just look at the leaders.
Yeah.
1.1 seconds off in sector 1.
There it is.
Oh, there goes Simon Engel for the lead of the race as he now goes up into the lead for the first time here tonight. And I believe that is now a fourth driver to lead tonight's race. We are having one hell of a race here in Australia, aren't we?
It's at least the end of this race is looking very 2025-esque for the Grand Prix, but
It's not raining enough yet.
no, not yet. Maybe what was it, the Miami Sprint, when it just started drizzling near the end. But Ave Gabardi on the back of Tuomas Laminen as well, going to be looking to get a move. That's Boba sliding his way through turn 1, and the drivers just need to be careful here.
Very much. But you can see it's starting to get a bit... Ooh, getting Simon Engel sliding. It's definitely raining fully now. And it's definitely getting a little bit slippery.
Ollie Knott looks to be struggling the most of anybody.
Yes, he does. Ooh, and a little bit... Ooh, he almost lost it again.
It's so close.
2.5 seconds down in the first sector. They've got to come in this lap.
I don't think it's worth it. Oh, I've just heard somebody hit the wall. Not sure. Iano is ghosted inside of Oggiano.
DRS is still enabled, though.
Laminen drops behind Gobardi now, but as long as the DRS is enabled, it's technically still a slick conditions.
So we'll have to see in the next few moments, because it's definitely getting slippier. Yeah, it's definitely getting quite a bit. Because look at that, Simon Engel's losing the rear of his car on every single corner.
GP Oggiano rear with the DRS open. He was facing the wrong way almost, going into lap
number 27, and moving on to lap 28 now. Yeah. It is 2 laps to go. Who do you think's going to get this? Give me your prediction right now.
Oh, Boba! 3 seconds. So, not Boba. But I think based on how, Oliver Knott looks a bit unstable in these conditions at the minute, I'm going to have to give it to Simon Engel. He just looks to be more
because Simon Engel's also looking a little bit unsteady.
Yeah. I mean, this now screams Carlos Galinda,
Maybe.
Through goes
we'll
Galinda.
Have to see.
Yeah. But my word, Gobardi so close to the wall there. That was near cataclysm through turn 6. He almost did an Albon. Although that doesn't
getting a little bit close with the Ferrari.
Yeah. Laminen's struggling. Oh, hey, Laminen! And that is a penalty for the Latvian driver. I think it's Latvian. But Oliver Knott and Simon Engel both sliding through.
Because it's fully raining.
It's wet.
But they're still going. There's no point because there's one more lap to go. But look at how much they're struggling. It's any man's game. On to the final lap now. It's any driver's game, I should really say. And heading down through turn 1, turn 2. Let's see how they're going to do. Oh! Boba! Almost into the wall. Oh my god. Another driver almost became a victim of Australia's walls. And it's DRS disabled. Louis Welch with a 3-second time penalty as well. We've got to look to Simon Engel. The battle is all about the win and all about the lead here on the final lap. But you can see how much slower they're going. They're just going so slowly. It's so slippery. Look at Simon Engel. He's having to be so careful.
They
can't even take a tight line.
On the straights. They counter steering on the straights. That's...
Yeah, this is what's going to happen for the rest of this lap. Look at this. Sliding around from all the drivers. Ooh, and a big slide from Oliver Knott. Boba gets another 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That's going to drop him down to P5 in the end. So that victory, that straightforward victory, looks like it's completely out the window for Boba and his day. Very much ruined. Boba again sliding, but heading round. I think Simon Engel might just have this covered here tonight. Yeah. Whoa, and a massive bit of drifting through the hairpin, but into the final corner. In all conditions, still drifting through the final corner. It is going to be Red Bull, and it is going to be Simon Engel who wins in Australia for WOR PC Tier 3 in season number 21. Ave finishes P4 in the end. We can see Oliver Knott P2 and Carlos Galindo P3. Ave P4, Boba in 5th. We've also got Thomas Laminen in 6th, Carl 7th. We've got Rev in 8th, and Louis Welch will finish 9th. But it will be Marvin Gome, who I think goes P8 or P9. I'm not sure which position yet. P10. P10 in the end. I think that's penalties. I think that comes down to penalties. So we'll have a look at the grid order. So let's have a little look in a second, once we get through the lovely podium celebrations. And it is the Austrian, not only the Austrian team, but the Austrian driver also on top here tonight.
Austrian winning in Australia. It's a bit funny.
It's interesting. But let's have a look through all of the drivers and where they finished in the end after the penalties. Of course, remember, there's still the stewards' reports to get through, so there might be extra penalties or maybe penalties removed, so we'll have to see. Simon Engel wins, followed by Oliver Knott, Carlos Galindo, Ave, Boba, Tumas Laminin, Carl, Ianat, Victor Garcia, and Marvin Gome, who finish out the top 10. Then it is Rev in 11th, Louis Watts 12th, Gian Pietro in 13th, David in 14th. Then our retirements being René Klein, Thomas Seto, Timon, Alpha Kevin, Liam Bowman, and Triske. Ultimately, that is the race. And it's an interesting end to the race. Very interesting. Wet conditions onto the final lap. But with that, would you like to ping the guys who were on the podium? Whether they'd like a lovely interview.
Who is it? Simon, Oliver, and
Simon, Oliver.
Carlos.
Yes. Carlos Glendo. Be rather interesting. But an interesting one. But I'm going to ask you now. I'm going to ask you before any interviews. Who was your driver of the day?
It is a tricky one. I'm gonna have to go though with Simon Engel, who started I think P5
4.
and P4 was it? Yeah, and managed to make his way through the field. But also I want to give a shout out to Ianut Tenase, who went from. I mean, he was put to the back so many times, and I think finished P8 in the end. So.
I agree. I agree with you. I'm fully agreeing with you with that. I'm gonna give Ian and Simon Engel both driver of the day for me. They both did so incredibly well, and so I can't choose between the two. We're waiting for somebody to hopefully get into the waiting for interview box, because we'll move to interviews in a second.
How do you how you can link a channel? How do you link a call? What button is it?
I don't know. I actually do not know.
I've been using Discord for years
Oh,
now.
they're in. So we'll go to our interview screen. As you could see, a brand new interview screen for this lovely season. Who should we bring in first? Should we bring in? Because I'm not seeing Carlos respond. So, should we bring in Oliver Knott first?
It's up to you. You're the one dragging him.
Yeah. Let's bring him in. Hello, Oliver Knott. Congratulations on your season opening podium. How was that first race?
Not too bad. It went quite well, considering I had no practice whatsoever. Got called in a bit late, but yeah, it went quite smooth. Held on. Was fighting for the win at one point, but unfortunately not.
Of course. How do you feel still with how did you feel with the race, especially with that quite difficult ending? Did you feel like there was definitely a chance that you could have gotten it, but just a small problem, or did you generally think across the race it is possible, but maybe it isn't possible?
I think especially at the end, after you passed me, Simon, with the DRS, I was like, I probably won't be able to get ahead. I mean, on the last lap, he was making a ton of mistakes. So was I, but he was sliding a ton as well. And I thought maybe I can just, if I got a better run, then I have a chance. But it obviously didn't happen because I slid slightly as well. But yeah, he was, I don't know, it was just so hard to drive, to be honest. I'm glad I even kept it on the road, to be honest. It was horrendous.
Fair enough.
Especially in the one hards.
Yeah, fair enough. Ryan, do you have any questions for our lovely podium sitter?
I mean, one question that I think I'm also probably going to ask Simon as well is, what did you think of the slight desync issues in the race under, was it the second safety car, I think?
It's one of them. I mean, I felt a bit bad for Berber, to be honest, because he lost like what 5 positions through no fault of his own, 4 positions. Obviously, I gained 1, so that's not bad. But yeah, I was just what's the word? Where I just I don't know, gained off it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You could have argued there should have been a restart, but it is what it is because it was fine after. I think it was just who was it? Victor. I think it was Victor. Didn't he overtake the safety car? And I think that just what messed it all up, and then that's what caused the safety car to stop, and then the slight pile up.
Yeah, I think from what I saw, at least Boba obviously slowed,
Mhm.
and then everybody was allowed to pass him because he was going slow enough.
Yeah, no, I literally passed him because he was just standing there, and he said he was in the box as well. So I mean,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
went
know what's
all a
going on
little
there.
bit crazy, to be honest.
Yeah,
Ultimately, thank you, Oliver, for joining us. And
thank you.
I can't wait to see your next race, and maybe we'll see another podium.
I hope so. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. So, Carlos Galindo is a little bit late to it, but we'll move on to him, shall we?
Yeah.
Carlos, what a race it was, and a great podium for you, of course. How do you feel out of the opening race of the season?
Positive feelings and results of the race. I think quali was not that good, but we make it back in the race, so it's okay. Very happy.
Did you feel like sort of towards the end, as the sort of track got sort of more difficult with the rain, did you feel like there was a chance to sort of get that lead and possibly win, or was that kind of the last thing on your mind, and was it just getting to the line and crossing the line?
Yeah, the first few laps with the rain, I was trying to gain time on last sector because I think I was a bit faster there. But in the last lap, it was very difficult, and I just thought I will brought it home. So that's what I did. That's what I did on the last lap. So
Fair enough. Brian, do you have any questions for lovely Carlos Galindo?
Yeah, so one main question, not the same one I just asked before, but when the second safety car came out, of course, you had just pitted. So do you believe that if that safety car hadn't come out, you would have got the, had a
yeah,
better chance to win?
that's what I was talking with my engineer. We were trying to go for the undercut, but the safety car had a bit of timing. I also got a bit of advantage, but I think I could have gotten a better position for the last lap if the safety car didn't come out. Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you, Carlos, for joining us, and I can't wait to see you race for the rest of the season, and best of luck going into the next 9 races.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. So, we have our next driver to go to, and that is Simon Engel. We're going to bring him in now. Hello, Simon, and welcome to the interviews, the post-race interviews for the first time this season, and hopefully not the last time. How do you feel about taking the win out of the first race of season 21 and on this new game?
Feels awful. Like, win is a win. Always cool feeling.
How did you feel with sort of your race altogether? You know, there was a couple of tricky moments. You know, a few safety cars, weather conditions, and desync and things like that. But sort of, how was it across the race?
Yeah, like Equalia fumbled a bit. Like, I were 3.5 tenths off my PB, but doesn't matter. Still started P4 somehow. I don't know why, but yeah, it's good. In the race, I was just like from lap 1 onwards, I was just tire saving because I knew like I had E-Series on Friday, so I had kind of practice and race advantage, I would say. So I could just tire save all the time, but then with all the safety cars, the tire saving never helped me a lot because, yeah, the free safety cars are a bit shit. And then in the pits, Boba just went backwards instead of forward. I don't know what that was. I think desync or something.
Yeah.
And then later I just chilled behind Oliver and waited until the rain hitting us, and then I thought like with the dirty air in this game, it will be shit in the dirty air and driving in the wets with no grip. So I took my first advantage when it hitting raining, and then I just hoped for that the DRS is disabled in the last lap. That's how it went. I think even with DRS I would have got it because I got 6/10 and I was quite on low wings on this race. But yeah, GG's to everyone and all of us. Well, could have been the other way around. I don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean.
So, Ryan, do you have any questions for our brilliant race winner?
Not really. You kind of covered it all there. At every stage of the race. But one thing I am interested in though is lap 1. Was it you going side by side with Louis Welch at the start, or was that somebody else?
It was
Lieutenant?
Carlos.
Carlos.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know who. I was in front of them. I just saw Lewis spinning in the wall, like Otis did in E-Series.
Okay. That's
Okay.
really all I
Thank
had
you,
to ask.
Simon, for joining us here in the interviews box. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you a lot more this season. And,
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And thanks for commentating, boys. Appreciate it. Have a nice evening.
You too.
Bye bye.
Bye. So, with that over and done, what do you think about that first race of the season?
Chaos. Definitely a good.
That's all,
Opener,
just
good.
chaos. Just chaos.
Good introduction to WOR for myself. Unfortunately, I think the next race that I'm even in the UK for is Monaco. So that, well, a good one to come back for, isn't it?
Yeah, very much. Ultimately, with that, we'll go to the last running of things, shall we? For the evening. Ultimately, next race, as we look at the calendar, is Spain. So make sure to be here at 7 p.m. Not 7 p.m. 8 p.m. I can't remember if it's time to join anymore. 8 p.m. next Monday for lovely tier 3. Make sure to join. Because we're going to Catalonia for round number 2. Then we'll be going to Spa-Francorchamps to start off August, and then the United States, then Monaco, and then I think we have then we go to September's racing as we go to Azerbaijan, Great Britain, Emilia-Romagna, and Japan, and then we end off the season at Abu Dhabi at the end of September. Ultimately, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon. Any last words, Mr. Ryan, as we will not be seeing you for a little while.
Good luck to all the drivers, and don't burn the place down while I'm gone.
Oh, I won't yet. They might. I don't know. Ultimately, it was a very interesting race, and I hope everybody has a great day. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to WOR here. Also, click on that notification bell to know about every single stream we do, from PC to console to world. Make sure to do it for all of them. Also, big thanks to our sponsors, Gridfinder and Next Level Racing. Their links are down below. Also, make sure to go and check us out on all of the other social medias, as you can see at the top of your screen. WOR League on X, or Twitter, whichever one you call it. And on TikTok, World Online Racing F1. Ultimately, that is all from me. I hope you've an absolutely incredible week, and I shall see you very, very soon. Goodbye.